Hey, it's Smugglings, what is happening? As you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be a very much Nintendo focused video. And a few of you will know that I recently got a Switch, and I've always been wanting to play the Zeldas on there. So I was always thinking about it, and the price was always a little bit too steep. But then someone that I knew was selling it for quite cheap, and it was a very good price, so I had to get it. So they were selling it for about 50 quid, and I was like, yes, I will get that for that price. And then we sort of just spoke about it a little bit, and then actually got it, and I got a few games here, and I want to talk about that in this particular video, because this is quite a new experience, I suppose you'd say, for me as someone that is primarily a PlayStation player. I haven't had a lot of experience with the recent Nintendo consoles. The last one I would have had experience with was the 3DS, which I did love quite a lot when I had it, and it was a great little machine, the 3DS, quite honestly. But now I've got the Switch, Nintendo Switch we got here. So this is the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode, and I have primarily been using it docked, but I've also used the handheld mode for it, and I've taken it with me, and it's been a very good console, quite honestly. But I want to give that a little bit of context, which I touched on just now. Used to grow up with Nintendo, and I loved Nintendo consoles when I was growing up. One of my earliest consoles were the Nintendo 64 and the Nintendo GameCube, and especially the Nintendo GameCube I absolutely loved, and played a lot of the Zeldas on there as well, and a lot of the platformers that were on there. And that was my console when I was a kid, and I'd argue that was the console that made me a fan of gaming, quite honestly. I think that was one that was massively impactful on me, looking back on it. And that's where my first journey with gaming started, I suppose you could say, with that. And really did love Nintendo. I suppose this is something that I've touched on in videos in the past, which is that as I've grown up, I graduated to PlayStation. You just want different experiences, I suppose, and you want games that can do other things, and you just want those different experiences that offer more mature storytelling and more sophisticated gameplay. But that's not really fair on Nintendo. I think that's just the mentality that kids have when they're grown up. I want to be like everyone else. I want to have the new adult machine, which was the PlayStation, and a lot of the PlayStation consoles. And I stuck with PlayStation for a long time, and I've dabbled in Nintendo a little bit over the years, but I've got this Switch now, and as I've said, I'm a lapsed Nintendo fan, so it's cool to experience the games again, because there's a wealth of games for the actual system for this machine. And that's what I'm going to speak about first. I'm going to speak about why I made this decision to go for the Switch after all this time. But I think that's a great thing about going after a console a long time after it's come out, which is that you do have that vast catalogue of games to play with. There's so many there, and that's a really cool thing about it, is that there are so many games out for it now that you can access, because I've waited for so long because you've waited for so long, and they're available to you, which is very cool to see. And as I said before, the price is very good for it. It was 50 quid, which is an awesome price for Nintendo Switch, and that was a big reason why I decided to go for it, because if it was over 200 I would have been more hesitant. But because the guy that I was speaking to get rid of it, he was looking to sell it for that price, and I thought that is a very good price. That is something that I cannot argue with, quite honestly. So I really wanted to go for it for that reason. And then obviously the portability of it. This is the Nintendo console that is currently portable, and not a lot of other consoles do that portability. And I don't know much about the way Xbox does it. I know they do have the ROG Ally and they have the cloud and all those sorts of things, but I don't know anything about that. I'm not technical. I don't know about that. I don't really know what Xbox is doing with that. It seems like people are enjoying it a lot, which is really cool to see. Honestly, I just don't have much experience with this, so I can't really touch on it. I know Sony is looking to do it in the future for their new console, so that is very cool to see. And also, I've got that nostalgia. I think a lot of people have that nostalgia for Nintendo. They grew up with Nintendo, and it's a company that a lot of people have that soft spot for, I think, and it's a company that people have fond memories of, and that is definitely the case with me. So I wanted to rekindle some of that magic. I suppose it's like classic Disney in a way. A lot of people have experience with it. They always grew up watching the films, and they've got those memories with the company and the products that they put out there, which is really cool. And then they want to rekindle that magic, and that is certainly the case with me. And it's just curiosity as well. You want to peek behind the window. You want to see what's going on. You want to see what's going on over the hedge. Essentially, you just want to see what's going on, and you want to see what all the fuss is about. And that is definitely the case with me. I wanted to do that, and I will get to the games as well. We're going to get to the game pickups. I think I'll do that towards the end of the video. So I'll just go through a little bit about the console first. I want to say, first of all, my first impressions of the console is that it's very simple to set up. You know, this console was very simple to set up. I just docked it in the dock over there. Let me get the right placement, Smauggy. God damn it. Right, there we go. So yeah, very simple to set up the Nintendo account. Because I knew I was getting the Switch, I already made an account online for Nintendo, and then I just logged in on the console, and it's very simple to do. So I loved that it was so simple to do that. And yeah, as I said, it works very well as a portable console. It really does work well. Obviously, there's that reduction in picture quality, which is to be expected because you're using it in handheld mode. It's not on a fully powered system, which is completely fine. And Nintendo's never really been about the graphics of the game. Not really about high fidelity graphics. A lot of the games are very beautiful, but they're not really games that are pushing hardware to its limits. It's not really what Nintendo is about, but they make very stunning games artistically, and I love the way the games look from the ones I've played so far. And the battery life is very good. It's lasted quite a long time. I don't know the exact specifics of it. I'm a bit of a novice with all the technical aspects of the console, but I've not had an issue with the battery life. Quite honestly, it's been quite full. I'm not playing graphically demanding games, to be honest, so it's not something that is going to affect it that much. I'm playing Link's Awakening, for God's sake. Let me get it right. God damn it. Can't get the angle right. God damn it. There we go. Right, Link's Awakening, you see there. And I've been playing that, loving that, and not a graphically demanding game. It's not got high fidelity graphics. Obviously, it's a Zelda game that is from a top-down perspective, so it's not really high fidelity in that sort of way. But it is very good in terms of the games as well. Like I said, the games I've experienced so far, which is mostly Link's Awakening, have been great. So I really do think the games are great on the system. A little negative, I will say, is that there is some slowdown I've noticed on the store when I'm browsing the store. Just looking at all the games and the offers and all the different things on the store, I noticed that there is some slowdown on the store. And I will say it's also hard to navigate a little bit when you're looking for certain things, because there's a YouTube app that I was curious to download, which I've downloaded now. But there's no entertainment section. There's no section for all the apps for YouTube, BBC, iPlayer, Spotify. I know they don't all have them on there, but I just wanted a section where you can see all the entertainment apps. And there may not be anymore, but I just thought they could organize the apps and the games a little bit better. They don't even have a horror section as well on the storefront, which I thought was interesting. It's called Other, which is crazy because horror is obviously one of the biggest genres in gaming, and then they call it Other. But Nintendo, that's Nintendo, guys. But no, honestly, been really good so far. that is the case with that. Right, okay, so, like I said, I've shown you the console right now, which has currently got Link's Awakening in it, and you can see I've downloaded some games here. So yeah, like I said, that's Link's Awakening is, let me get that angle right, yeah, Link's Awakening is right there. Next to it is a game I had on Xbox called Paratropic, which I never played. It's a first-person game. It's got PS1 graphics, and I love the PS1 graphics game, so I wanted to give it that a try. Also heard it was good, so I wanted to give it a try. And then next to that, you got Ori and the Blind Forest, which I recently downloaded. Not available on PlayStation, so I wanted to give that a go. Apparently a great Metroidvania, so I wanted to give that one a go. And then what's next to that? That is the game of Metroid Prime, which I played a little tiny bit of. Not enough to really give proper thoughts on it yet. I just wanted to see how the opening level was on it. Seems really good. Got to get back to, obviously I'm just immersed in Link's Awakening right now. This game has really taken me, so I've got to get back to Metroid Prime. But yeah, that's one of the games I'll go through in a moment. Future spoilers. I'll go through that game in a moment. Metroid Prime Remastered. But yeah, excited to delve further into that. And then you got the Suicide Rachel Foster, which is really good. First person walking simulator, I suppose you'd say. But really great game with a great story. Set in a hotel by this young woman that returns home to a family where everything's gone wrong. And she has to find out what's going on in the hotel. Platinum that on the PlayStation. So it was only £1. So I thought I had to get that. And then you got the demo for Ori and the Blind Forest. I don't know why I downloaded the demo. Why did you do that? It's funny. And then you got Sea of Stars, which is another game I've been curious to try, but I haven't played yet, so I just wanted to get a little taste of it on there. But yeah, guys, those are digital games, I suppose you say. But alright, let's go through the meat and potatoes. I know what you guys want. I know what you guys want. You want the physical copies. There we go. We got the physical games of the games on Nintendo Switch. Okay, so like I said, first one where the cartridge is in the actual system, which is Link's Awakening. And loving this game so far. This game is awesome. A very good Legend of Zelda game. Has an awesome opening cinematic that is very much akin to a Studio Ghibli film. And it's got this really great opening animated section, which I thought was really good. And yeah, really loving that so far. That is very good so far. So I'm very much enjoying Link's Awakening. It's good to play another Zelda game again. And then next game, another Zelda game, Skyward Sword. So that is Skyward Sword, which I never played. It was on the Wii. Very divisive game from what I understand. Some people love it, some people hate it. But the first game chronologically in the Zelda timeline, apparently. So that is one that I'm excited to delve into. Like I said, I've just been playing Link's Awakening for the majority of the time, so obviously I got to get to these games, but I just want to play Link's Awakening and then we'll get onto the other games. Here's the big hitter. Here's the big hitter here. This is Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild, another one I'm really excited to play, and this was considered to be the system seller. It's one I'm very excited to play. So yeah, just want to get through Link's Awakening first. But yeah, I will get through that and get through the Zeldas, because that is a big reason why I got the console in the first place, is the Zeldas. So obviously Breath of the Wild, everyone knows how revered that game is, so I wanted to get that. And then yeah, another one, Metroid Prime Remastered. So this is the original Metroid Prime that was on the GameCube, that is obviously critically acclaimed and a lot of people love it, and I've never played it, but I really want to. And yeah, I'm excited to delve further into that one as well. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to be saying I'm excited to delve further into that one, because I've not got much experience with these games yet, because I only just got them, but I'm going to definitely get into them. So that is the case with that. Metroid Prime Remastered right there. Very excited to get into that one. And then you've got these games, which is a series that you either love or hate, I suppose, and that is the Deadly Premonition series. You didn't do that right, Smug. God damn it. But do the first one, Origins. This is Deadly Premonition 1, which I love. Played on the Xbox 360. I love this game. Very much a tribute to Twin Peaks. It's supposed to be so bad it's good, and it definitely has that. Essentially about this FBI agent who comes to this town to investigate a murder, very much like Twin Peaks, and it's a mix of open world gameplay and Resident Evil 4 style shooting sections. A very interesting game. Love the humor in it. It makes me laugh, and very charming, quirky little game, this one, and I think it's really good. And yeah, I really love this game. Such a quirky, funny game. And some fun characters in that one, so excited against that one. And then we got the sequel, which is Deadly Premonitions 2, which is only on the Switch. Only on the Switch, this one. Very odd decision to only put this on the Switch, but that is the case with that. They put this as Switch only for some reason, but I'll be able to play that now, so that is very exciting. Very excited about that. Whoa. Don't drop the game, Smart. Don't drop the game. Right, there we go. So I'm going to put that one there. And then last two games, which are games that just came with the system, were fitness games. What is it? Ring Fit Adventure and then Fitness Boxing. But fitness. Who needs it? But that is the case with I probably will have a go with these, see how they are. But yeah, that is the case with that. The only thing is, I wouldn't play a game for fitness. I play a game for fun. I don't play it to exercise. I just do that outside of the actual game. But maybe I'll have a go with these. Maybe we'll see how they are. But that is the case with that, guys. So there you go, guys. There are the games. There. Nice little collection there so far. Probably will build quite a bit. But those are the majority of the games I wanted to get. Like I said, I wanted the Zeldas mostly. And I'm happy that I got a lot of them there. I suppose that's the series of Zelda that I wanted the most. I know you got Hyrule Warriors, but I don't think I'm really into the Dynasty Warriors games. But really excited to delve into those games there. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, where's Mario? I'm not massively into Mario. I've always been more of a Sonic person. I do love the old Mario games, don't get me wrong. I do love the ones on the N64 and Super Mario Sunshine on the GameCube. Love those games a lot. But the price they ask for Mario games, I'm not sure it's worth it, quite honestly, because it's just a platformer. And I know I shouldn't say it's just a platformer, but the games that got here seem to offer a bit more. But that is controversial opinion with Smauggy. But that is the case with that, guys. But like I said, guys, very happy with the Switch so far. Let me show you a bit of gameplay, actually. Let me do a bit of that. Yeah, see here. Let's have a look. Put it in there. Yeah, guys, that is Link's Awakening there. But yeah. Game looks very good on there. Can I do that? Can I move it a little bit? There we go. Yeah. Like I said, guys, that's Link's Awakening, which I'm currently playing at the moment. I'm very much loving the game so far. Very good. And excited to continue with that. But yeah, guys, that is the Nintendo Switch episode. The big Nintendo Switch episode that I got going here. And it's awesome so far. Very much enjoying it. And I want to know what you guys think of the Nintendo Switch if you already got one. What are your experiences with it? Are you looking to get one? And is there a particular game that has drawn you to that console? Like me with the Zeldas, because the Zeldas were drawing me to the console. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. And then I really appreciate you watching, Smugglings. You guys have been awesome. And I will catch you on the next video, Smugglings. So you guys take care, and I will catch you soon.